We're gonna take South Channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so South Channel, and then like the tactic is gonna be pretty blind easy about what's happening.
Well, it's gonna be should be like a 0 run out to roll it up, beat out the South Channel.
Out of here in a northerly, I mean maybe a kite, maybe not, I don't know. And then 0, I think we're just gonna make it up as we go.
We've been talking, and down once we get, it's going to be a kind of a dogfight. I think there's going to be a really maybe 10 boats rounding that bargain light at the same time. But we have a little plan that if the breeze is 10 knots or less, we're going to just beeline straight for Block Island. If the breeze is 10 knots or more, there's supposed to be more breeze offshore, so we may put a little east into that.
3, 2, 1.
That is the start of this leg. GDF Suez is far ahead. Definitely did the best job with this start. Bodacious Dream and Griffin Solo, who were 3rd and 4th respectively in the first leg, are right there with GDF Suez.
A little worried about Bodacious here.
What? No, we're not doing this all the way to New York. Go away. Go stand with somebody else. No, you have other friends, Rob.
No, I don't.
Go play with someone else. What?
Nobody likes me, Ben.
It's true.
Off the Jersey coast right now, maybe 2 miles off the beach, and wind has dropped considerably in the last 5 minutes. Got about 3 knots of breeze, and you can feel the boat is tossing us around, and every other boat with the exception of one is up above us, out to sea a little bit further to the east. We like where we're at. We think it's a good place, and moving around with the competition, which is pretty nice. That's about where we're at.
Well, yeah, we're losing Dragon, but there's nothing we can do about Dragon. They're making up their own game. Hanging out with Snooki. And the situation. That's the guy's name, right?
That is the guy's name.
See, I learn everything I know from South Park. Everything I know about popular American culture comes from South Park, because it's free online.
Okay, we've been racing for 4 hours now. We just a few miles ago escaped New York Harbor. It's pretty light. We're in sight of everyone. Our next mark is, let me tell you, what's it from here anyway? It's probably about 40 to 50 miles from here. I'd say 40 odd miles from here south. Barna Gaps right. So the fleet is mainly, in fact all behind us just now, but really not very far at all. Very light conditions, very tricky. It's all about keeping the boat speed up, keeping the boat moving.
Now we are taking back our 3rd place. Before we had a little bit of a 2 bad tactical moves. We were in nearly 1st place when we went out of New York Harbor. Then we went first too far to the left, and then too far to the right. So we lost a little bit our game plan, which was not good. So we dropped to 6th or something like that, and now we are back to 3rd place. We try to reach the mark in 2nd place. I don't think that we can catch Alvard before the mark. The general plan is to go offshore first and get a right-hand shift, and then take my Newport.
Once we left New York, we wanted to stay out in the ocean a little bit early on, but then near the last 10 miles or so, I wanted to stay right, closer to land. But that didn't, we made 3 sail changes pretty quickly, and that pushed us out to the left. And we didn't realize as much that there was a 1.5 knot of current, so we ended up sailing a little bit beyond the mark and came around. And I was awful surprised when Campagne de France and Mare came around the mark, and they went straight up the shoreline. And I just turned up and said, we're going right, and we're not going to stop until the last boat tacks, and then we're going to wait another hour, and then we're going to tack. And then we got lucky enough to lay a 110-mile ley line, which you can't imagine, and just clearing Block Island. It was a game plan that I've had for 2 or 3 days at least.
But the night wasn't too bad, but my wake-up call was what do you call all these fishing marks, crab traps, and that we had to kill. And now it's getting very sad. Like it's 20-25 straight up wind. We have one reef in the main, and it's cloudy and foggy, and the wind is straight from Newport, so we won't be able to do a straight line. We need to be tacking. It's going to be slow and painful, and I'm tired, but it's okay. We'll be there soon, or late.
Going pretty well right now. It's around 7 a.m. Got a little more action here now. Winds of about 20 knots, right on the nose. Headed up towards Montauk Point. So we had gone out to the east, pick up this fresher breeze. Now we've tacked over onto starboard, and are hoping we will get lifted up to Montauk. So we rearranged the stack and redid the water ballast and took a reef in the main and seemed to be under control.
Says, Campagne de France, my bodacious dream, Rio Veritas, us, with us 3.1 miles behind Campagne de France.
And us
in 5th.
We're going upwind 20 knots for 30 hours. All to fight to get here. Coming around Montauk, ready to hit the Block Island Sound. Kick some ass all day today, so we're in a good position, but everyone's right there. They've already rolled us once today, so trying to go fast. It's not the Caribbean, as you can tell. It's cold. It's pretty stupid, actually.
I think we made our final approach to Newport. Nice right-hand shift. We are about the most to the right. We got a good angle. I hope it's not turning further to the right, but I think we're in really good shape now. I think we got Harvard and Emma to leeward of us. And for the moment, everything looks good. Everything looks nice like that.
we are headed towards Newport. We just tacked over from about 20 miles outside on a long ley line that'll bring us past Montauk, and then right by the northern tip of Block Island. We've got the Dragon and Peabody and Toothface and GDF behind us, and we've got Cartouche directly in front of us about 1.5 miles out, and we are going to try our best to reel them in and see if we can sneak in front of them before the finish line off of Fort Adams.
I think we're making the right decision by going south, west of Block Island. Actually start coming out pretty steep from the sound, so we should get shot up that way. It looks like however and York are all trying to go over Block Island, east. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it works out. But I hope it doesn't work out. And we're slowly working our way up on Icarus. I really want to beat them.
So this is now the final approach to Newport, 12 miles to go. I think we don't know if there's somebody in front of us. So I think Icarus there somewhere here. Stefan Dirozon, he's somewhere there. And I think everybody who around Block Island, between Long Island and Block Island, has committed suicide because they have to go upwind here with a lot of current, this couldn't be any good. So the big question is this Bodacious stream in front of us?
We got 11 knots of breeze and we're doing 7 change. We're trying to keep Bureau Veritas in check. So we need to stay in front of them, so we're going to cross them and try to come around Point Judith and get up into the bay going towards Newport. A couple more tacks and a couple more hours, but we're getting there.
Bodacious Stream, this is the Atlantic Cup Race Committee, just giving you guys your official finish time of 01:11:34, and congratulations, welcome to Newport. It's awesome to be here, thank you very much.
Oh, it's spectacular. It's unbelievable. You know, with the competition out here and to be able to pull this off in the second race for the boat, can't ask for better.
What started out as a straight line tack in turned into a real mess for the last 3 or 4 miles, and then to start hearing the other 2 boats right behind us. Matt was picking the other 2 boats out.
I went down for a couple hours, he went down for a couple hours to just recharge the batteries to this last little bit. Because we knew it was going to be tough getting in here. We could tell that it was going to be an outgoing tide, and you know, the wind gets light, and, you know, it was going to be stressful, but it paid out.
We are really happy that we finished second. We had a good race. We missed first place because we were a little bit too conservative. We stayed with the fleet. We knew the right side would be better, but we wouldn't go as far as Bodacious Stream went. Inside between Long Island and Block Island, no, never. Never. Because that couldn't work. It's impossible that could work. I mean, I don't know how that should work, but with that wind direction and that current, you have to believe a lot in God, or you have to be crazy, or you have to go to the casino a lot. Just before Newport, we catch the lobster pop, which wasn't really helpful, saving our second place. And so the last 3 miles up the river were really, really stressful for us.
But we did a really good job at the end to come back and take the second place. And that's why we are really happy for that.
We arrived with quite a big lead at the first mark, and after we was not able to see where was the other boat. And because we don't receive very often some position, we have done a really bad navigation after the first mark. And we are very, very lucky to finish third. I think we finished third because Miranda has done a really good navigation.
I had to argue for quite a long time for my gamble to be accepted, and it paid off, but we only knew that it paid off probably an hour before the finish. So we were fully expecting to have Icarus, Initiative and Bureau Veritas in front of us.
I think we made some good moves on the way out of New York Harbor when going downwind with the kite. But then when we got through the Verrazanos, it just shut off. So everyone kind of collected again and then had to redo everything again. So it was like a restart, which happened again.
Where were we at the turn mark? 4th, 5th? Something like that?
Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
There were a lot of boats though at the turning mark. Boats are going this way, boats are going that way. And we're like, what in the hell? But that's pretty much where the tactical decision was made for the whole race. Certain boats went back up the coast. So we turned the mark and it was less than 50 degrees on the compass. So we stayed and a couple of the boats went with us, and we knew that they were getting information about weather because we don't get that. And we knew they were getting position reports. So we figured if we stay with them, when they make the decision to tack, we're going to tack.
So we went all the way to the corner, and we were the second to last boat to tack. Turns out we should have been the last boat to tack.
Because the last boat to tack was Bodacious, and they won.
We left New York.
We were second under the bridge. That was kind of cool, nice.
And then the breeze died, and we slided down the Jersey coast to an unnecessary mark. And then we went offshore and sailed upwind.
And we did good, and we made it all the way up to second place, and we were
We
and
were
it was
rocking
raining.
it. We had the boat going pretty fast upwind. That was nice.
And then we came in to shore at Montauk, and suddenly we were crossing Marais and Campagne de France, which was nice.
Feeling pretty good.
But then we went. Then we went inside Block Island, which was the wrong choice.
We got.
Yeah.
The tide. I had the tides all lined up, and you know the tide at Montauk was going to be high, and then it was going to start washing out of Long Island Sound, and it just didn't. We lost the breeze is really what happened. I think we did have a little tide push, but we didn't have any wind behind Block Island, and they were going like 2-ish knots faster than we were. So, you know, it's sailing.